have your portraits in front of you, portrait-wise, okay? So even if your portrait is on, like if it's landscape, if it's wider, have it long ways right now. So everybody move it to long ways, portrait style, okay? Even if your picture is landscape. Okay, what you guys are gonna do is we have to grid this out also. You're gonna go from the edge of the paper, listen, edge of the paper to the edge of the paper. Okay, and because this is a smaller piece of paper, your grid's going to be a little different, but I'm going to explain that out, okay? So, I've lined up my ruler. I'm going from paper edge to paper edge, but I'm still doing every inch. So on here, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Yep. You're doing the exact same thing. Okay? So from paper edge to paper edge, not from your edge of your portrait to the edge of your portrait, paper edge to paper edge, every inch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then my last measurement up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, guys, and then draw your lines in here. On your portrait, if you make sure that you're good, that all your lines are going to, you can draw these a little darker so you can see them better. Or you can start with pencil and then go over it with permanent marker. Okay, so just going line by line. Okay, guys need to be focusing. Shh. Get this done. Okay, so moving across. I'm almost done here. Okay, so those of you that still don't have a portrait, you guys are just kind of watching for right now, then you can send that through and I will get it printed for you. All right, so I've got all those measurements done. Now I'm gonna flip my paper over and then I'm gonna do the same thing. It's just a 1 inch by 1 inch. Okay, guys, get this done. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Okay, guys, do this quickly because this next part, I'm going to be showing you how your project paper grid labeling is going to add up to your portrait grid labeling because they're different, because the paper sizes are different. Okay, I'm almost done, so I'm going to be expecting you to be almost done as well. Then quit talking and work faster. Bless you. Took you by surprise.
Oh my God.
All right. Okay, I'm done. Okay, then shut your yappers and work. Your yappers. Okay, last year when we did this, we actually did 2 by 2 inch grids, 2 inches by 2 inches, but it was really difficult in that in 2 inch by 2 inch, you got a lot of visual information that it was really easy to kind of lose where you were at. So I changed it up this year to do 1 inch by 1 inch. So it's a tighter grid, but then that means you have less information to keep track of per square. Does that make sense? Like if we think about it from our color pencil project. And on that one, we actually did an enlargement. Here, it's just gonna be an exact transfer. Okay? All right, when you guys get finished, have your paper like portrait style again. And then when you're finished, let me know by like putting your pencil down and just kind of staring at the screen or whatever. Yeah, I'll talk about that. I see where your brain's already going, and that's where I'm headed to talk about that. Let's see. So who's still needing to get portraits to me? Okay, you guys, you can send them through. Email them through. Have you found something yet?
You need to email them. I shared.
Yeah, okay. Shared. Let's see.
That sends you an email.
Yeah, when you share it with me, let's see. Tanner. Here it is. Okay. All right, Tanner, come grab yours out of the top of the printer. Okay. And then, Kobe, have you shared yours with me yet? No? Okay, so you can work on that right now while you're kind of waiting.
Can I go out to the hallway to take a picture? Because the lights in here are off and it's kind of...
Oh, or what are you wanting to do? Are you wanting to do like a self-portrait?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine. Go take a selfie. Yeah. All right, guys. Okay, so you've had plenty of time now.
Well, I guess I'm dumb.
All right. Shh. Okay, so regardless on your portrait, if it is wide, if it's like landscape, have it back in portrait. Have it long ways like this. So move it. Yep. Okay, so portrait it up. Okay, and then here's how we're going to label. First box over here, we're going to label it just like we did on our project paper. So we've got A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and then I've got a little tiny space over here, and that's technically I. All right, so I'm going to do that again at the bottom. Okay.
Miss Anderson, what if there's like, so my whole entire bottom box is there's nothing in it?
I'm going to talk about that. Yep, I'm going to talk about that in just a sec. Yep. Because it's different for everybody. All right, guys. So, got my letters in. Now I need to get my numbers. So, in the A box, that's number 1. And then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then 11. And then I'm going to do that over here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. So now we not only have our grid done on our project paper and labeled, we have our grid done on our portrait and labeled. So now let's start talking about extra space and how we're setting this up, okay? So if you guys notice, like on my project paper, this little 1/2-inch space is my eye box, and easy for me, my picture actually lined up right along that H and I line. So on my project paper, I don't have to worry about the eye box at all.
For everybody?
It's not necessarily. It could be. You have to look at your picture and see how it lines up. Okay, now I'm also going to look, and the length of my paper here goes only to 11, whereas my project paper goes to 12. So then I don't need to worry about my 12 box. Okay, so like Addison, where does your picture end? Like what number does your picture end on?
On like landscape or this way?
Well, have where the bottom space, yeah, like that bottom stuff, yeah.
It doesn't go into 11 or 12 on this.
Okay, so then what you'll do is you mark out 11 and 12. You don't got to worry about it.
It goes in a little bit in I. Like
Okay,
this way.
so then don't mark out I because you're going to need to draw in there. Okay, so to talk about that, so some of you kind of have like the edge of your paper. So check mine out. So everybody, eyes up to the screen for just a little bit so I can explain that out a little bit more. Okay, see, I'm in A1 and I'm in A1. See the edge of my picture right here?
Yeah.
And how it kind of starts in that bottom right-hand corner? I'm literally going to draw in the border of my picture.
Can we use a ruler?
Yeah, absolutely. You should definitely use your ruler. Okay? So A1 box and then A going all the way down. I'm going to be drawing in the edge of my paper. And then the same thing for my letter boxes up here. I'm going to be drawing in the edge of my drawing there as well. So really the first thing, like this is my sister. So before I even really start drawing anything, like I can look at right here, like where the top of her hair is. That's in box C2. So I'll look at C2, and her hair doesn't even start until like right here. Okay? And then I can check out where her eye is going to be. It's kind of in between the C and D box, but in row 4 or column 4, whatever. So I'm going to look in between the C and D box, right in 4. So that means her eye is going to be starting right about in here. Okay? And we're doing an exact transfer. So the size of what's on your image is also going to be the same size that's on your project paper. Okay? Does that make sense to everybody? Okay. So if your image is landscape, where it's wider than it is tall, you can turn it that way and then just turn your project paper the same way to match. Okay? So for example, if I turn my paper this way, the bottom box that's starting there, the number is number 11. So then I want to turn my paper to where I've got number 11 starting in kind of the same place. Does that make sense to everybody? Good? Okay. Once you guys get your grids in for both of them, you can go ahead and start sketching out your person. Okay? All right. Does anybody have any questions? Yes, Jet.